Welcome to the Your Video Team Show with Ben and Rachel talking all things video for your business. We are Your Video Team. Hello everyone and welcome to the new episode of the Your Video Team Show.
Woo! A little bit different this week. Wasn't last week rubbish?
It was a bit boring. Wasn't entirely happy with the episode, but hey, we live and we learn.
Like we said to you, it's going to be raw and us, so we thought we did shoot this. Did we shoot this one last week?
We did shoot this one last week, yeah, but we thought, nah, we're not doing another boring episode. Not the same way we had it just then. So we felt our personality was a bit lost in it.
So I thought we'd bring it back. Lucky you. So you're catching us today on a drive to Birmingham. We were up at...
We think it's Birmingham, near Birmingham. We're driving on the M1, which is confusing to get to Birmingham.
You've said Birmingham all week.
That's because I
That's what I've
assumed.
been saying, and actually I didn't think it was Birmingham, to be fair.
It's kind of towards it. It's further. It's close to Birmingham than it is to our
I can't
house.
even think of the name of the place we're going to now. You've said it. Oh, East Midlands. There you go. We're going to the
East Midlands. Yeah, Midlands. That's near Birmingham, isn't it?
I don't know. I was surprised I've been awake this long in the car.
Yeah, been up since 4:30.
That's what time the first alarm went off. I think we actually got up about 5 to 5 by the time.
5 to 5.
By the time the radio, then the next alarm, then Alexa's announcement went off.
Yeah, sorry if I yawn a bit during this. I am concentrating on the road a hell of a lot.
So yeah, so this week we thought, let's spice it up, change it up, re-record, because ultimately what you guys all said about us was that you like our personality coming across, and we felt like we got stuck in a very
Scripted kind of process, wasn't it?
yeah.
I think we can record that one a bit more fun as well, but we won't do that today. That can come back later.
So, but we are still going to stay with the same topic we spoke about last week. So we are going to be talking about hook, content, and call to actions.
The 3 elements that make up your video.
Absolutely.
But anyway, before we go into that, what have we been up to? Why are we going to Birmingham? Not Birmingham, East Midlands.
East Midlands. We are off to go and film at the Will Writers Association. So we are off to go and film at the Will Writers Association.
Convention? Is it a convention?
Oh, okay. We are off to film at the Will Writers Association convention. There you go. With our friend Mike Roberts.
With our Mike Roberts, our friend.
With our Mike Roberts.
With our Mike Roberts. He's ours.
It's ours.
Yes, we're going to film him do a couple of, 2 or 3 talks he's got on today,
He's
isn't
got
it?
3 workshops that he's running at the workshop. 3 workshops he's running at the convention. We're off to capture that as part of our speaker package for him, and turn that in, splice that up. It then enables him to use his talk not only as one talk that he gives out to people and shares, but also he can take out of that and splice up small segments,
highlights of the talk,
yeah,
isn't it? Really
little
key
shorts, key points, shorts that he can share on socials and things like that. So
yeah, we're kind of personal vloggers today, aren't we?
Yeah, pretty much.
Catch him in action, see him interacting with people while we're there.
A day in the life of Mike Roberts.
Dun dun dun.
There you go.
So that's what we're up to today.
That's where we're off to. We've got a big event on Saturday I'm dead excited about.
The Harry Potter one.
We are filming
Harry Potter, the original series. We're refilming it all.
Yeah. In one day. No, we're locally, Victoria Park in Ashford is celebrating Harry Potter Book Day by running Book Day, Harry Potter Book Day, by running a massive event. They did it last year. We're expecting a couple of hundred people. I think they said about 1,500 people turned up, all in fancy dress, all just having a magical time, trying to find the snitch around the park. So, and this year we are going and providing videography. So we're creating a highlight reel and some shorts for them to utilise after the event, and then to promote next year's event.
Utilise?
Utilise.
That's an unusual word for you to say, utilise. Well, I don't know. I wouldn't say it.
And then from that, we are also doing a photo studio. So I'd say the children, but I feel like there's going to be a lot of adults as well. So people can come and have their photo snapped and we print it on the day, and they take away from that. And that's kind of our old vibes coming back a little bit, isn't it? Like our old business coming back
out of the old photo studio.
Yeah, so excited to do that. Not only because obviously we enjoy our work, but it's Harry Potter. Our kids are going, so
it's cool.
Yeah, our kids are going as well, so they're probably featuring a lot of the videos for us, so that we can follow them round. And yeah, so that's what we're up to. But ultimately, people are here to get some tips and tricks. So.
Tips and tricks. So yeah, what is the hook, the content, and the call to action? Like we said at the start, they're the three main elements of a video, which you kind of need to master if you really want to have success when you're creating video content.
Okay, so the hook, what's the hook?
The hook is like what you have in the first 3 seconds to try and capture people's attention. So you see Mr. Beast videos or people who are in the entertainment field, they'll show you highlights, like really cut really quickly, the like 15 shots of the highlights in 3 seconds of what's coming in that video. They're giving you what you're promising in the title and in the thumbnail. They're paying it off in the first few seconds of the video.
So ultimately, like you say, if we take Mr. Beast as an example, recently we watched one where he says, I'm going to shred this Lamborghini. His video title was Watch Me Shred a Lamborghini. Immediately we're hooked on the title.
Yeah.
Within 30 seconds, within 3 seconds of us hovering over that video, you could see the Lamborghini going toward the end of the conveyor belt that he had it on and tipping. So we are hooked now. We're like, oh my God, he's really about to shred a Lamborghini. And that's what your hook is. It's about really capturing that attention straight off. Am I interested? Am I going to make this?
Yeah, I'm going to shred this Lamborghini. And then he goes, but we're also doing this, this, and this. And he has 4 or 5 different things that he's up to, and he's showing you to give you that immediate kind of impact to go, yeah, I'm going to watch this video. The payoff happens at the very end of the video where he actually shreds the thing. I hope I haven't ruined the video for everyone now.
But again, so what Ben's saying is, as much as so that hook is the title, I'm going to shred a Lamborghini. The second clip, the millisecond of a clip of the Lamborghini teetering over the edge. But then what he does is he makes you invest in the entire video. So what he says is, but before I do that, we're going to do dun 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 dun.
Yeah.
Well, I'm already interested in shredding the Lamborghini. He's going to go and wreck a load of other vehicles or do something. He'll keep it around that same theme. I might as well invest in sitting with my time now and watching this 15-minute video that we're going to watch.
You are hooked. But how can you bring that into your business? What are you trying to do when you're trying to hook your audience for your business? Maybe you've got a product you're trying to share or service that you're going to put out there. How can you give that immediate payoff in the hook?
The hook is really the pain point, isn't it? It's what pain point are you solving from your customer point of view, your client point of view? So, if you go down a beverage side of things, from I was thirsty to my thirst is quenched, that side of things, to go down a beauty product, maybe a cream of going, my acne is from this to this. So you can see those sorts of, you're giving really the problem and the answer in a millisecond of a
definitely. The before and after kind of thing is a very good hook. So I've got this is how I made it, and stuff like that. For us, we'd probably go with, so for like this video, if it was a short YouTube video, we'd go with, are you looking to try and make your content the right way? You need to concentrate on your hook, your content, and your call to action. And this video is going to show you how. So it's taken a few seconds to kind of grab your attention, tell you that we're going to give you the answer to the question, and hopefully you'd stick around and watch the rest of the video.
Yeah, or 3 easy steps to make your videos work. Done.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm hooked. I want to know that. I want 3 easy steps.
So think about the question that you're answering, and are you able to answer that within a few seconds, or at least entice people to carry on watching?
Yeah.
So that's the next thing, is that you need people to carry on watching, which is what is known as the content. Dun, dun,
Point
dun.
number 2. See, it rolls well, doesn't it?
So you've hooked them in, and then you're making the content. The content is the main story that you're telling in a video. So going back to the Mr. Beast example, it is him showing you each step of the video, each thing that he's destroying or blowing up or whatever he's doing in that video, or paying somebody the money for winning the prize. That's all what the content is. So what's the story that you're trying to give across? If in business you're trying to give information across, how are you going about it? So say you've got a product, what would you do to show that product off?
Yeah, absolutely. And the thing is that's where there's more of a structure involved and more of a plan involved, because ultimately you need to get from A to B. We know that journey, but you need to keep that path quite straightforward, direct. You don't want to be going around the houses to get there. Like Ben says, the entertainment side of things different. Obviously, we know that Mr. Beast goes from here to crushing a Lamborghini, and he takes a bit more of a roundabout way. But in business, people just want to know, I want this to this.
Yeah.
And the other thing is that ultimately they just want your answer. So don't go selling, don't go teasing more. It's not about that. People will lose the trust in you if you do that. They need to trust you, and that's what these videos are about, building. Don't be going all the way through the video and then going, and to find the answer, subscribe here, do this. This is the answer. Keep your video the answer.
Yeah, it's when you ask how long should a video be, it should be as long as it takes for you to answer the question. Now, what you also want to do is not be repetitive in what you're saying as well. So if you've answered the question once, you don't need to circle back round and answer it in a different way, or three different ways. You go, this is the answer, this is how it's done, and then you move on. And that's how long a video needs to be. If it takes you 10 seconds to say that answer, great, you got a short for TikTok, and that answered that question. If you've got a bit more detail and it takes 3 minutes, then you've got a nice YouTube video. But what you're doing then is you have to figure out how they're going to stay watching during that content. You don't need it to be boring overall, like last week's podcast was. It needs to be more engaging, more entertaining. You need to try and entice people. So we're going to answer your question is the hook. However, you need to know the context first. So I will give you that answer. But first of all, why am I giving you that answer? And if that's an element that is essential to the answer, you need to provide that. You're given all the information that they need. But again, you're doing it in a short enough period of time. I'd say kind of content
covered.
Is that, yeah. How you script it is how you script it. But we'll do that in another video, I reckon.
Absolutely. And then finally, you're going to have a call to action. So this is, again, where that trust has been built and where you need to ensure that you are holding on to that trust in the right way, of someone having invested their time in you. So ultimately, if we were now to say, for more tips and tricks, come and subscribe over here and pay £5 a month for our subscription package, you guys would be like, well, hang on a minute. That's it, you're going to give me one tip and then I'm not going to subscribe, so I'm not going to see it from you. You've lost our trust. Whereas if our call to action is more of a subscribe to our channel for more tips and tricks,
that's what you want people to do and out of it. But ultimately, without saying those words, because people are immune to it. Yes, I'm reading a book called A Diary of a CEO by Stephen Bartlett.
And no, I've never heard of him.
Never heard of him? No. Oh, he's all right.
It's not all over our LinkedIn at the moment, is he?
but he tells how people have just tuned out to the words leave a comment, like and subscribe. That is not going to work anymore. It doesn't have the impact that
I'll tell you how unimpactful it is now. Is that our friend's little boy was doing a presentation in preschool, so 4 years old, I think it was. Yeah, he was about 4.5 years old, and he gave a presentation. They're all just doing play, and he turned around at the end of like the puppet show and was like, "So guys, for more next week, like and subscribe." Like, that is a 4-year-old that has, like, and our kids have done it. Like, we are filming for our son the other day, baking a cake for his channel that he's creating, and he must have said, "Don't forget to like and subscribe 3 times." And I was like, stop saying it. Like, no one's hearing those words anymore.
Yeah, you need to get people. Subscriber counts aren't as important as what you think. So there's not overly much point in asking people to subscribe. If you provide good enough content, they'll do it naturally.
Yeah.
Getting people to comment isn't about saying leave a comment. Ask the right question. Ask the question that you want them. Sorry, that you can yawn. I was more worried about that crash that was about to happen. Asking people to leave a comment isn't going to work anymore. You need it to be a question that's engaging, and it's not going to be a boring question like, "What did you think of this video?" No, you need to encourage a conversation. So if we're talking about content, hooks, and call to actions, is our question going to be, what are you doing different in your next video to make sure you hit your hook? Or is it going to be, what's your biggest takeaway from this video, and how would you want help in the future? So we're kind of encouraging you to answer with another question that we could benefit from and carry on that conversation.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's like, what's your, bullet point, your 3 things? So what's your hook, your content, and your call to action? Those are call to actions we can ask you to put in the comments. And it's that similar thing, like, go back to the facial cream I spoke about. You could say, what are the issues you're finding with your skin routine? Why, what routine do you use at the moment? All those call to actions not only are not going to give you that one-off thing where you're like, "Don't forget to subscribe." Yep, okay, they've done it and that's the end of it. But you think of the different new content you can get out of your comments boxes, because someone's going to put on there, "Oh, I suffer from rosacea, so can't use that product. Is there another?" That's what I've found. Someone's going to put like, "I'm too tired to take my makeup at night, so I just use like a wipe, or I don't take it off." Those comments are going to fuel you, like, to enable you to see where people's pain points are and what videos you can create to help with those pain points in the future.
Yeah, and that's going to answer the public, which is going to encourage them to watch you again. It's also going to support your videos, as in you're making the right content that people are asking for.
That's when people will subscribe just because they do. Like, ultimately, we've got channels that we follow. We didn't subscribe to Stephen Bartlett's channel, like the Diary of a CEO, straight away. It took us like to fall upon one of his videos. Then I fell across one. Then we sort of searched a little bit and was like, okay, let's have a look and see what other ones he's got. Watched a couple more, took that, and then was like, do you know what? Yeah, I want to subscribe now because I want that notification. I want that always on my feed. I want YouTube to know I'm interested in that content. So again, he built our trust up, our likability factors of him, and our knowledge of him. And through those 3 factors that we will always say is what video will cement for you, is what enabled us to then subscribe off our own merit, not because we were told to.
Yeah, I mean, the other call to action that you can do as well, is keeping people on the platform. So obviously we're saying about YouTube a lot because that's something that we work in, and you don't need to say watch this video necessarily, but you can put the end screen up where the next video that you want them to watch, because it's the most relevant to what they're looking for, or what is more relevant to the story that you're trying to give. So we may only do a video about one of these points, so a video about the hook, but encourage people to watch the next video of part 2, which is about the content, or watch the next video about call to actions. And then that template will kind of create a session time then, which will then encourage your rankings, your viewership, your following, will all kind of build that, again, that trust, that show that you have the knowledge that you're sharing, and then they will like you just through your personality alone. So yeah.
The other thing, like you say then, so coming away from YouTube is, remember, these are great ways, like you can share all your video content on your socials, your TikToks, your Facebooks, Instagrams, and all things like that. Now, depending obviously on what platform you're on, depends on what external links it likes. LinkedIn isn't a fan of you having links to take away from it, neither is Instagram. But think about those, where you can send them next and what you can send them to, because something like, Facebook's a really good one of going, if you want more information, or if you'd like, last week we did 5 tips and tricks on creating video content from your phone. Now we plan in the future to have that in an ebook format. We would put on there, our call to action within our description would be, if you want more information and this in an easy ebook format that you can refer back to, click on this link. Takes them to a link that takes them to a landing page, request their email address. Now you're also building up your emailing list, and you're building up a customer database with, theoretically warm leads, because they've been willing to put their email address in. Yeah,
you provided value, and they feel that you can add more value in the future, whether that's through free information or coming to you to use your service.
Absolutely. So there are alternative call to actions that, again, you can put within your descriptions, you can put within the video. Utilize every opportunity that you've got there.
Yeah, people will look, if they're liking what you're providing, people will look to do things naturally. So just make it easy for them. If you're keeping them on YouTube again, or on LinkedIn, let's go with LinkedIn. If you make it easy for someone to leave a comment, then that's going to get seen by people in their network, because it will say so and so commented on this, so and so liked this.
Yes.
And that's reaching your content further afield then. Where on YouTube, if you have it so the description has the important links to find the right stuff, whether that's another video or links to your website or landing pages, it's all can be made easy for people to find. They know where to look for stuff, and they will look for it and find it themselves. So, and that's what you want the call to action to be, as natural feeling as possible, not to be this whole like, comment, and subscribe, guys.
But that's what I'm going to use for you later.
Yeah, we'll come with that one in a minute. But yeah, that's kind of the three things to get across. The hook, you've got a matter of seconds to entice them to stay and watch it. The content, the main story, as short as it needs to be to give the answer. And then the call to action, what are you doing with them? What's the next step in the journey? Watching another video or going through to the next step with you?
Fab.
There you go.
There you go. And don't forget, guys,
like comment, and subscribe. But seriously though, if you do have any questions, do leave one. We'd love it.
Cheers.
See you soon.
Bye.
Bye.